The following is a local resident producer's program. The program content is the sole responsibility of the producer and does not necessarily reflect the views or policies of Oshkosh Media, the City of Oshkosh, or your video service provider.
Hello IceHawks fans and welcome to the 2024-2025 season preview show. We got a nice little show for you here where we'll recap last season and get you all the information you'll need to get you ready for an exciting upcoming season. In the first segment, we'll talk to Coach Stephanie Brunkhorst, who is heading into her third season as the IceHawks head coach. We'll get her take on how last season went and a little preview of this year's squad as well. We also have Sarah Poquette, who is the president of the Oshkosh Booster Club, or the board. She'll talk a little bit about the co-op, some of the fundraisers that they did last year, as well as some of the fundraisers that they have planned for this year, and also some of the fun theme and activities that they have planned for the home games at the Oshkosh YMCA for the upcoming season. And most importantly, and last but not least, we'll get a chance to sit down and talk to the 7 graduating seniors who'll be putting on an IceHawks uniform for the very last time. We'll get to know them a little bit by asking them some of their favorite hockey memories, some of the games that they're looking forward to, as well as what their plans are for post-graduation and stuff like that. So let's jump in and get started. So Coach, Sarah, welcome. Happy to have you here. So Coach, first question for you. Just a recap of last year's season a little bit. Finished the season with 9 wins. Like I said, very, very respectable considering that we play in a very tough conference. We've got some tough teams. In fact, one of the teams won state in Division II. So in the non-conference games we had, we played some tough teams. So all in all, a very respectable season, but want to get your take on how you felt the season went.
Yeah, so I think that each year we're making progress, little gains and little gains. You can't expect us to just go Cinderella story, as great as that would be. But last year the boys really showed like they were ready to put in the work. We had the talent kind of throughout the team. We had some tough times, and it shows with some of those closer games or some of those just harder games in general on our schedule. But again, the little gains are what I'm looking for to keep building on with the IceHawks. Yeah,
we did have some exciting games. I know we went 3 games in a row midway through the season. I think, for me personally, I think the games over Wapaka, that was, in my opinion, that was one of the best games of the season. It was youth night, it was alumni night, it was the game before Christmas, it was a packed house and just one of our better games. The win over Pacelli, 10-0, that was a game I think we put all together. It was that was the third game of that week. So, and then another game I thought was exciting was the comeback win against Fox Valley. Got down early in that game and then came back with 2 goals, I think, in the last 5 minutes. So those were some really exciting games that we had.
Absolutely.
So, just wanted to mention, I know the challenge coming in. I think last year coming in had a lot of depth coming in. I think we lost. We had 8 seniors graduate last year, including the top 5 scorers. So the challenge is going to be to replace that scoring. So you want to talk about that a little bit? What the plans are?
Yeah. So we lost our top 5 scorers, right? But the heart and the talent and the just ability to work hard throughout the kids that we now have, I think will win over everything. Yeah, we may not have that ability to go out and score goal after goal after goal, but tough work, in my opinion, beats out talent every day.
And we do have a lot of veterans coming back too, I know, so that'll help for sure.
Yeah.
So, Sarah, welcome. Do you want to talk a little bit about the co-op? I know where you have a lot of fundraisers, but for the viewers that don't know, can you give a little information on kind of the IceHawks, kind of, this, it's not a regular WIA sport, it's a co-op, so there's some challenges there with funding and stuff like that. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So this is my 3rd year serving as the president. We are a self-funded program. So all of the monies and everything that is needed to run a hockey season is all done through fundraising and events with our students, parents, and our players. So most importantly, we want to have fun and we want to bring people into our games. So our first game is November 26th. It's a home game. It also is our youth and alumni night. November 26th, right before the holiday break for Thanksgiving. So we really want to fill the stands. JV game starts at 5 o'clock. Varsity starts at 7 p.m. We want to load the stands and really kick off our season. So we would like to see everybody there. Another special event we have is senior night, which will be January 11th. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But really for the board, our job is to help raise funds. We spent time doing a couple different fundraisers. We have 2 in particular that really are our signature events.
Mm-hmm.
Our first event is our golf outing. Every year we have a fantastic day. Our golf outing is set for Saturday, August 2nd, so people can mark their calendars early. Typically you have a foursome, we do a scramble, and we have a lot of raffles and prizes for that. That's a big way that we can take a chunk of fundraising funds out of the pockets and help get our team set up. Our second event is a purse raffle. This is by far the favorite of the hockey moms because you can win purses. So it's Saturday, March 15th. It's at noon. We hold it. This is like our 4th year, I believe, and this is at Oshkosh Lourdes. So we have a wonderful afternoon. You have a chance to win a purse. And it does get a little loud, like our hockey stands as well.
And that those both have been the golf outing. I know has been very popular. I think they moved it to Saturday this last year, so which just makes attendance a little easier. The purse raffle is always a good time. I know they have stuff for guys too, so it's not just for the women, but they have guys stuff there. I think there's a Yeti cooler that was there and a few things like that. So again, it's not just for the guys. So. Yeah, one thing I think the viewers don't realize is the board works very hard. It's volunteer. I know you've been on the board for a few years. There's a lot of work that goes into it to get everything, and just the funding that needs to go into it. It's a lot to pay for the ice time and all that kind of stuff. So we're self-funded, and we try to keep the cost at a minimum, like you said. So the board does a very good job. So thank you for that. Coach, just Sarah had mentioned the first game is November 26th against Fox Cities. We're opening up at home this year. We played them twice last year. One was the 2-1 game, and then we played them in double overtime in the Badger Lane Conference, which was a fun game. We came out on the short stick of that, but that should be a fun game to start the season. So
yeah, Fox Cities always seems to be a fun game. Pretty matched always at some point throughout the season, or however it may be, but it always it's a nail biter. My heart just gets pumping during those ones.
I think every year that I've been in the league, or my son has been in the league, I think we've always had competitive games. I don't think that we've it's a good team that we play against, so that should be a fun game. Shortly after that, we're going to be in the Sheboygan tournament again this year. So that's the Thanksgiving weekend. So this year, the nice thing is both JV and varsity this year. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we got our JV to play also. It is that Friday through Sunday. JV plays Friday and Saturday. They for sure get 2 games, which is a nice little add-on to their season, because lately the JV teams have been kind of getting the short stick of everything. It's just with kind of, I think, where we are at with hockey at the moment. So it was really nice to be able to add them 2 more games into the season. And varsity will play at Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
And we have a very early start that Friday. JV plays at 8:30 a.m. and varsity plays at 10:30 a.m.
To get the boys out of bed and get them going there. So, yeah, that was a fun tournament last year. I know that you mentioned the JV. I know that it's always tough because there are some teams that just have a varsity team, and then some teams that, so it's tough getting those games in. But it's I know you and the coaching staff work hard to get those games scheduled. So the players appreciate that. Talk a bit about, like I said, we have 7 seniors coming in this year, some varsity experience, some younger kids coming up there. 25 players total, including 3 goalies, which is something that's nice for you. I know 3 years ago, 1 goalie, last 2 years, 2, 3 goalies this year. How are you gonna, that's got to be a nice treat to have.
I don't even know what to do. Like you said, your son was our lone goalie for a very hot minute, and he did fantastic when he had to. I know the other kids had a lot of fun hopping in net for JV when they had to also. But it is really, really, really nice to get away from those days and have 3 goalies, so a senior, junior, and a freshman. So we can actually build them up a little bit too. And yeah, we might have a little bit shorter of a team this year, but like I said earlier, the hard work I think that we have throughout all 25 players is going to be fantastic and help us out.
Yeah, I know 3 goalies, like I said, it's stressful for us, but also for you as well. If you have your kid sick, you don't want them to miss the game, but you don't want to let the team down. But it's stressful trying to find replacements for that. So that'll definitely be a nice treat. So, like I mentioned, it's going to be tough scoring goals, but we've got some young kids coming up. I think they'll do fine. The freshman class this year a little bit bigger than last year. I know it's tough. I think only 4 kids were freshmen last year. Obviously, they're going to be moving up, but it's nice to have. I think the numbers are 7 freshmen.
I believe so. Yeah, and they all are showing some really great potential from everything that we've seen so far. So I'm really excited to see where they're going to be at and what they're going to bring.
Looking forward to it. Sarah, you had mentioned about the events coming up for the theme events. You had mentioned Alumni Night. Are there any other events that are planned throughout the year?
So we have 2 right now, the Youth Alumni Night, which is November 26th. Then we have Senior Night, January 11th. There may be a couple more that we are adding. The challenge just comes in with when we have our home games. They're conflicting with just some holidays and some other pieces, but we're really wanting our student body to also help out, so maybe do a whiteout night or have the students involved with coming up with what kind of theme nights or dress-up nights we want to do, just to increase crowd participation.
Yep. Yeah, I think moving the games to 7 o'clock too, that definitely helped. I know it all depends on, in years past, if you have a smaller team, usually varsity goes first, but I think we had some good participation, good crowds in the stand last year, so that definitely helped, and I think those theme nights really definitely help out as well. So, one other event coming up that I know we did 2 years ago, the Rally Up. That's going to be happening again, I think, in mid-November. I think that was very successful the first year they did, and I think the kids had fun, though. So, do you want to talk about that a little bit? What the plans are for
we
that?
are doing a Rally Up, so it's a phone-a-thon fundraiser. And the best part that we get to see on the back end is our boys are actually, all of our players are calling, and watching them call on a phone versus texting is actually kind of comical, but it's a good life skill that they are learning.
Yep.
But again, the phone-a-thon, the purpose is to get out of the penalty box. So every player has a goal that they are reaching or searching for to get out of the penalty box. And as an incentive, if we can raise enough money, they have a coach bus on the line. And our players really enjoy not being crammed on a school bus. They like the luxuries or the finer things, so a coach bus is something that's very motivating for them.
For sure.
So we would we're setting our goal at $7,500.
Okay.
That would be raised throughout that night. So there will be things posted on our social media account. So if you go to Facebook or use Facebook, following the Oshkosh Ice Hawks, you'll get a lot of information, updates for games, updates for the phone-a-thon and other events. So that would be a great thing to follow and join if you have not done so already.
Yeah, it did really well the year before. I think the kids have fun. They get pizza. Yeah, they did. I know the coach bus, especially this year, will help because I think we rotate every year. Last year we had more home games. This year we have some road games. I think we've got some long trips: Marshfield, Rhinelander, Muskego. So definitely an extra coach bus in there. I think the kids will really appreciate that. So. Coach, back to you. Just I mentioned Marshfield, Rhinelander. I know there's teams that we play every year, but this year I noticed a few new opponents on the schedule. Sheboygan, who we go to the tournament. If we don't play them, we do have a home game against them coming this year. And then away game at Beaver Dam and Muskego. I know we played Muskego a few years ago. Beaver Dam, I believe, was in the conference a few years back. So how did those games come to be about on our schedule?
Yeah, so like with those longer games, it's all about the relationships too that I'm able to build with the other coaches and the other teams. You don't want to lose those opponents. Whether you beat them one year, they beat you the next year, having those relationships, so no matter what, you can get a game on a schedule is really nice. And at least we rotate back and forth, so the trips make it a little bit more worth it at the end. But while I was looking at the schedule for this year, doesn't always work out like how you want it to, but I wanted to try to stay within our section also. So who would we have the possibility of playing for regionals?
Okay.
So just to try to keep us within a certain radius and play teams that we might actually see at the end of the season.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think they're very. I know Beaver Dam had a pretty good season last year. I know Muskego, we played them a couple years ago. They were competitive, so there should be some fun games.
Yeah.
So, again, we play our games in the Badger Lane Conference. Excuse me. Those are always tough competition. Sometimes teams go. I know Appleton had a rough year last year. I know Fond du Lac Springs had a very good year. They won state in Division II. So, anything that you're aware of about the teams in our conference? Any news on them at all? Or are you looking forward to playing any of the teams?
Oh, I'm looking forward to playing all of them. Just each year is different. I know like Springs didn't start off so hot last year, but look what happened with them. You know, anything is truly possible. But it should be, I think, an interesting year. I think we'll probably see the top teams relatively staying the same, but you never know where we can end up in there either. Anything is possible.
Yep, looking forward to it. Should be some good games. Assistant coach update. I know Jake Winter's coming back.
Yep.
I know Connor Klett, that was his first year last year. It probably is a big help to have a third. I mean, I don't know how you and Jake did it 2 years ago, especially with a big team, especially with some of the troublemakers that we have on the team. But we'll get a chance to talk to a few of them coming up. But give an update on, is it just 3 coaches again this year? Connor coming back, everything?
Yep, Connor is coming back, so it's nice once again to have 2 alumni.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. I would love to get a 4th, but kind of a little picky. Can't just take anybody. But I have some people in mind, and sometimes things just don't work out for this year, but anything could happen next year. But it is just the 3 of us running the team again. And yes, having that 3rd coach is very, very nice. We struggled a little bit that first year, just me and Jake, but we made it work.
Yeah, for sure. And your little one, I think she's turned 2?
Yes.
So is she on skates yet?
She is. I just got her first pair about a month ago, and she is absolutely obsessed with hockey. So she was able to actually watch the boys play a little bit the other day, and she just sat there and was just loving it. So I'm sure she will want to be on the ice with them as soon as she can.
Oh, you're at the ice rink a lot, so that would definitely help. So, any final thoughts for either of you?
No, looking forward to a great season. We appreciate all of the support in whatever capacity that would look for. Hoping to see people at the purse raffle, the golf outing, and most importantly, all of our games, cheering on our team. Okay.
And you can go to our social media page, Facebook, and then so all the events will be on there.
Correct.
The schedule will be out there as well. So, all right, I thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with a couple of the seniors. Hello, Ice Hawk fans. Get your foursome ready and mark your calendars for Saturday, August 2nd, 2025 for the annual Oshkosh Ice Hawks Golf Outing. This year's event will be held at Farview Golf Course at 4985 County Road R in Oshkosh. Registration will begin at 8 a.m. with a shotgun start beginning at 9 a.m. The outing will include 18 holes of golf with a cart and events happening at different holes throughout the course. In addition, lunch will be served and you'll have an opportunity to purchase tickets for some great raffle baskets. If you'd like to sponsor one or more holes at the event, sponsorship opportunities are available. For more information, contact golfouting.icehawks@gmail.com. For additional information on this event and other events planned throughout the season, please visit the Oshkosh Ice Hawks Facebook page. All proceeds benefit the Oshkosh Ice Hawks hockey team. And welcome back. We're here with our first two seniors. We have Caleb Kohler, who is a senior at Oshkosh West, and Alyssa Gilbert, who is a senior at Oshkosh North. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
So, Caleb, first question for you. You grew up playing youth hockey, Oshkosh Warbirds. I think you took a year or two off, did some refereeing, came back for high school year. What are your goals for this year?
Definitely up there on the varsity lines, skating hard, doing what I can for the team, and don't have much, but.
Are you looking forward to playing with your brother this year? I know
Yeah.
your brother. You're one of the teams, one of the two that has a sibling playing with them this year, so that should be pretty fun.
Yeah.
You guys have a little rivalry back and forth between the two of you? No.
I just accept that he's better.
Yeah.
So.
Well, a little motivator for you there. So. So, Alyssa, I know I think last year was your first year skating, correct? I don't know if you played hockey before this or.
I did play hockey beforehand for the Fond du Lac team.
Okay.
When I was younger, and then into middle school.
Okay.
And then stopped around 6th grade. Okay.
So you have some experience with so what made you decide to come back to the high school level?
I don't know. I kind of just felt like there was something more that I could be doing with my time, and I really enjoyed hockey in the past, so I figured I'd come back.
That's good. I know Fond du Lac has a very good program in general, but I know the girls program is pretty good. I know there have quite a few teams in there. I know they've been very competitive. Last year was the first year I saw you skate. I thought you did pretty well. Like I said, I didn't even know you had played hockey. I thought maybe you just because there's a few kids that came in that hadn't played before, and I mean I couldn't do it. I couldn't skate that well that fast. So it was nice to see you out there, and I thought you picked it up pretty well. So. So what are your goals for this year? I know last year, like I said, the first year back, got your feet wet back into it a little bit. What are your goals for the coming season?
Just skating as hard as I can, trying my hardest for my last year, just getting out there and doing my best, giving all I got.
Yeah, that sounds good. Any of the boys, it's tough playing with a bunch of boys like that, but you know, like I said, I thought you hung in there pretty well last year, and hopefully more of the same here. So, Kayla, back to you. Like I said, played for the Warbirds quite a few years. What is one of your favorite hockey memories, whether it be high school, youth hockey? What are some of your favorite hockey memories playing over the years?
Yeah, I think it was Squirts. 17 seconds left. I scored against Marinette, a tying goal, but we didn't win, but it was so good. Got ice cream after, so.
Yeah, that's exciting, yeah. How about in high school? Anything, what's your favorite high school memory?
Tournaments are really fun. Just the hotels and rooming with your friends.
Yeah, we have one coming up. I know the Sheboygan tournament last year, I don't think you were able to make that one. This year it's going to be varsity and JV, so the whole team's going to be there for sure. So I know that was a fun tournament for the guys, so hopefully, yeah, I know in youth hockey those are all fun tournaments, so it's definitely fun to have those in there. Alyssa, how about you? What is your favorite hockey memory, either youth hockey or something that happened in the high school level last year?
I would say for youth hockey, I really enjoyed getting to go to a lot of state tournaments with the girls team. Mm-hmm. I remember one year we won 3rd place, and it was the most excited we'd ever got. Previously, we'd only ever gotten 6th or 7th, and that was our best season.
Oh, nice. How about some games? I don't know if you've had a chance to look at the schedule this year, but we've got some, obviously we have our Badgerland tournament conference teams. We've got some non-conference teams. So, and have you had a chance to look at the schedule? Are there any games that you're looking forward to? How about anybody in the conference at all?
Fox Cities is always a fun. Wapaka's fun too. Sheboygan.
Yeah, I know we play Sheboygan. Yeah, I know we play Sheboygan this year. I don't think Wapaka's on the schedule. They might be at the Sheboygan tournament, so maybe we'll run into them at all. How about you, Alyssa? Any teams you're looking forward to playing this year?
I'm not sure if they're on the schedule, but I really liked playing against Manitowoc last year.
Okay.
It was just a rough game, a lot of hard playing, just a lot of competitiveness when we play against them.
Okay, sounds good. How about, again, you guys are both seniors, you're graduating. What are your plans for after graduation? You guys will continue to play hockey, at least at the rec level? Any plans to go to school, anything like that? What are your post plans, Caleb?
I'd like to continue playing just a rec level, but I'm going to Utah University for piloting and then joining the Air Force. Okay.
Did they have I know they've got a football team out there. Did they play rec hockey, youth hockey out there, out there?
Probably. I haven't looked into it, but they have a nice ROTC program for school. So. Okay,
nice. Sounds good. Alyssa, how about yourself?
I plan to play intramurals when I go to college. I'm not sure which college I'm going to go to yet, though.
Okay, sounds good. Last question for you both, just to so the viewers get to know you a little bit. What are things that you like to do in the off time? Hang out with friends. What are some of the things that you do in your free time?
Just going out with people, doing fun stuff, fires, camping.
And do you have a part-time job at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you work?
I work at Jersey Mike's.
Okay. So. Nice. Alyssa, how about yourself?
I go downtown a lot with friends. I work at Goodwill. Just a lot of hanging out.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thank you both. I hope you guys have a good season, and we'll look forward to seeing you both on the ice.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back with the next segment with the next two seniors. IceHawk fans, contact your friends and set aside noon to 4 p.m. on Saturday, March 15th, 2025 for the 5th annual Oshkosh IceHawks purse raffle at Oshkosh Lords High School. This popular event has always been a blast, and this year should be no different. Your event ticket will include lunch, dessert, one drink ticket, and one raffle ticket for the fabulous purses and handbags that will be on display. Additional raffle tickets will be available to purchase at the event. Sponsorship opportunities are also available for providing lunch items, purse donations, and raffle prizes. So if you're interested in donating, please contact the Oshkosh IceHawks. And gentlemen, this event is not just for the ladies. There will be some items you might be interested in, including wallets and products from Yeti. For more information on this event and other events planned throughout the season, please visit the Oshkosh IceHawks Facebook page. All proceeds benefit the Oshkosh IceHawks hockey team. And we're back with our second set of seniors. In the chair, we have Gage Bauer and Evan Pollock. Gentlemen, welcome. Both Gage, Evan are Oshkosh West students, obviously graduating this year. Evan, we'll start with you. this is your third year varsity experience. I know freshman year, maybe played a game or two. I know this your sophomore year had a few more games, and then last year you were on varsity full time. So a lot of some nice experience coming back. What are some of your goals coming for the upcoming season?
I just really want to have fun. It's senior year and hopefully win some games with that. But overall, I want to have fun.
And I know you're one of the couple returning defensemen coming back. I know we graduated 2 defensemen last year. I know there's yourself and Brendan Kraft, and then we've got some others I know, but you're one of the veteran presence on defense. So do you feel a little pressure on yourself there for the games coming up?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, obviously, they'll rely on us a lot, and the second line will be looking up to us, so yeah.
That's good. Gage, fourth year, obviously. Your freshman year, you were the only goalie, and there's a lot of pressure on you. You started every game except one. I think you were sick. Last year and the year before, actually last year you had Chase as the backup, and you get your goalie partner there. So this is your fourth year in the Ice Hawks and the varsity level. Had some ups and downs, but I think you performed pretty well. So what are your goals coming into the season here?
I think just improve on last year and just keep going out and making big saves and win some hockey games.
That's good. I know last year, I think that the year before there was a little bit of, I think the defense did a better job last year. I know I think they did a good job of kicking the saves out. I know you make that first save. I think a couple of years ago, we did a little better job this last year of clearing the puck out of there. So that definitely helps. I think we've had some good games. Obviously, they don't always go in our favor, but I think the defense had gotten better last year, and then I think it showed in some of the games that we played. So. How about your favorite hockey memory? Whether it be youth or high school, what's one of your favorite hockey memories that you have?
I would definitely say spring hockey. I've made a lot of good memories in spring hockey, traveled to a few cool places, played on the Notre Dame rink, which was really cool, and made a lot of good friends.
Okay. What's one of your favorite games that you played in that during the spring hockey?
Definitely the one we played on the Notre Dame rink. It was really cool to play on that rink.
Okay. Do you remember who you played at all?
I actually think we played the other team. We were the 2017. We played the 2008 team on that rink.
Okay, gotcha. Gage, how about yourself? I know you guys both were Warbirds. Came up through mites and squirts. Played a lot of hockey. What's one of your favorite hockey memories, whether it be youth, high school, anything like that?
I think I just have to say spending time with a lot of the guys in the hotels and in the downtime between games, and I think. Yeah, the guys here and the guys who graduated last year, just making friends, spending time with them guys.
Yeah, I know with youth, obviously there's, like you mentioned, Evan, going to the hotels, playing at fun rinks like that. Not as many opportunities in high school, but we have the Sheboygan tournament coming up. I know last year that was kind of a fun tournament over Thanksgiving weekend. What are your thoughts on that? How are you guys looking forward to that tournament, and how do you think you guys will do in that tournament?
I think we'll do pretty well. We usually do pretty well in that tournament, so we're looking forward to it. It's always fun staying at the hotels with all the guys. So.
Yep. And last year, I think you had a coach bus for that one. Is that?
I think so.
I believe you did.
Yeah.
So
that was really nice.
Adds to it. So
yeah,
for sure. So. Obviously, we play in the Badgerland Conference. We play the same teams, and then we do have a couple non-conference teams. This year we're playing, I think, Sheboygan. We're going to Muskego and then Beaver Dam. Are there any games that you're looking forward to playing? I know, Evan, you play with some of the guys in spring hockey. Are there any players that you play against that you're looking forward to playing against this year?
We're not playing Wapaka this year, are we?
Not in the schedule. They might be in the Sheboygan tournament, but...
Yeah, well, that would be one I would really look forward to, but I'm really looking forward to Fox Cities. That's always a good competitive game.
Okay. Yeah, I know we open up them at home. I know we played them a couple competitive games last year. One was the nail biter 2-1. I think we scored a goal within the last 30 seconds, and then we lost in double overtime. Those are always fun games. So
Nolan Thurn won us that game.
He did. That's right. Scored within the last 30 seconds. So that's yeah. I'll be asking him about that. So Gage, how about you? Any games you're looking forward to?
I think I always like playing Waupun and Fox Cities and Appleton, teams that like always those pretty close games, and like competing with them. I think it's always fun playing them.
How about plans for after graduation? I know you guys obviously both graduating. You guys both have part-time jobs here. You guys looking forward to graduating? Are you going to continue to play hockey, at least on the rec level? Or what are your post-graduation plans? And we'll start with you.
I will be going to the Tech for criminal justice, so I can't play hockey there, unfortunately. But
Okay. You could play rec hockey around if you're living in Oshkosh.
Can do that.
And Gage, I know you're doing the school to work thing. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? I know you kind of have some plans already in place. You're kind of doing what you want to do, but do you want to kind of explain to the viewers kind of what you're doing on that a little bit?
Yeah, I go to school, or don't really go to school, go to work, and then make some money instead of going to school.
Well, you have to get your English grades in, your English classes in, but yeah. So, and how's that going for you? Do you enjoy it?
Yep, I like it. Make some money.
And then last question, just what are some of, just to get to know you a little bit, what are some of the things that you like to do in your off time? Any hobbies, anything you like to do?
I really like hunting. That's probably the biggest one.
Hunting. Any, are you going hunting this year, deer hunting?
Yep. I've already been deer hunting a couple times.
And then duck hunting, do that as well?
I don't duck hunt too
No?
much, no.
Okay. I know your dad's a big duck hunter.
Yeah, he is.
So, that's good. And Gage, how about yourself? What are some of the things that you like to do in your spare time?
I love duck hunting.
You do?
I do, yeah. And fishing, and yeah, like spend time with friends and family.
That's good. I know with your schedule, you get up pretty early, so it's you don't always get out to do as much as you want, so you're in bed pretty early. But yeah, I know you'd like to get out as much as you can. So, all right, thanks guys. I appreciate you coming in. Good luck this year. We're looking forward to seeing you on the ice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with the next group of seniors. And we're back with our last three seniors. In the chair, we have Nolan Thurn from Oshkosh West, Gavin Paquette from Oshkosh North, and Mason Moner from Oshkosh West. Welcome, fellas.
Thank you. Thank you for having us on.
So all three of you, I know you guys have played youth hockey all the way, Oshkosh youth hockey all the way up from Mites, I believe, all the way through Bantam. I know you guys all played 1 year in Waupun for 1 year and then to the high school level. So a lot of experience for the three of you, a lot of hockey games between the three of you, played together for many years. So it should be an exciting season this year. So Mason, start with you. This will be your third year in varsity. I know you've, looking at the stats, I think you're going to be the second leading scorer coming back. I know I talked to Coach earlier, there's a lot of goals to replace, but and you've played a little bit of defense, a little bit of offense. So what are your goals for the coming season?
Goals are pretty simple. Just try to get some points on the boards, try to get, whether it be assists or goals. I think I'm going to have good line mates this year. It's good we got good coaching, good systems. We should be able to get some points on the board this year.
Yep, for sure. So I know you've played defense and offense. Do you prefer one or the other? I know offensively, I think you've done a pretty good job. So is there one position that you prefer over the other?
I would say I'd prefer offense more than defense. A little bit faster pace, a little more revised, a little more reaction time. You can see the plays a little bit better.
Okay, sounds good. Looking forward to it. Gavin, I know. Like I said, played many years. Your brother was on the team last year. I know you guys are one of two brother tandems. I know Caleb and Jake are going to be on the team this year. So, played with your brother last year. Do you enjoy playing with him? Do you guys have a little sibling rivalry going on there?
I mean, it's always fun to play with your siblings. There's definitely a little bit of a rivalry at the end of the day to see who can do better than the other. But it's all fun and games at the end of the day. So it's always nice to have a little brother on the team.
Yep, it's always good to have that little sibling rivalry. I know. So. Nolan, question for you. So last year, again, I think your freshman year, I think you played a little bit of defense. Last year they switched you to offense. I know you had the big game-winning goal against Fox City, as I think it was under 30 seconds left, and got down in there early. I know that was a fun moment. So same thing for you. Do you prefer offense, defense? Do you care? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I definitely like offense better. Like Mason said, the quicker play, just seeing where everything is most of the time. Defense is cool, but you're just looking more for, you're just watching a lot of the time, I'd say, and offense, you're in the play, moving a lot more, so it's more fun.
So back to you, Mason. What are your, coming into the season, what are some of the goals that you have? I know last year finished with 9 wins. We played some tough teams. We've got some tough teams in the Badger Line Conference. We've got some tough non-conference opponents. What are some of your goals that you have for the season?
Biggest goal is try to win more games. That's really about it. I want to win more games.
Yep, simple as that. Gavin, how about you?
I'd say just going out there, having fun, giving it my all, and just seeing what happens from there.
Sounds good. And Nolan, how about yourself?
Yeah, scoring goals, especially with 30 seconds left.
Well, hopefully in some of these games we'll get ahead a little bit early, so
yeah.
we don't have to worry about that, but for sure. So, again, you guys have played youth hockey all the way up. I'm sure you've had some pretty fun memories, whether it be youth, high school. What are some of your favorite hockey memories that stick out in your head, Mason?
Oh, my favorite game's got to be Barron by far. Blackout game. Had a hat trick that game. Jack Toonen got in a fight. That was hype. Yeah. Then Braden Vostu unintentionally elbowed a kid in the face during that fight. It was a pretty good game.
That was a pretty exciting game to say the least. Yeah, I did remember you had a really good game. That I know we got ahead early, fell behind, but yeah, I know you scored quite a few goals in that game. I think that's one of your best offensive games as a high schooler. So, Gavin, how about yourself?
Ooh, I think I'd have to say my favorite would have to be in Pee Wees. We played up in Marinette, and I scored my first ever hat trick.
Oh, sweet. Was that a tournament or was that just in?
It was regular play. We played them twice in a row.
Okay.
So.
Was that in the Dome or was that in their new stadium? And I think they had a new arena.
It was the new arena.
Okay.
Yep.
They used to have that cool dome, and
yeah.
I think we played a couple years in there. But very cool. Nolan, how about yourself?
I'd have to say spring hockey. Playing at the Notre Dame ice rink is really fun. We played at Blackhawks Training Center. That was really cool. And just hanging out on the bus with the guys, it's always fun.
Yeah, I know the weekend tournament, the holiday tournaments or the youth tournaments are fun. I know we've got one coming up in Sheboygan. This year JV and varsity, so that'll be fun. I know last year we weren't able to get the JV team in there, so both teams this year. So you guys looking forward to that tournament this year?
Oh, for sure. It's always one of the more fun ones. You get to room with your teammates, get to have some fun. Always a good time.
And I know that one is the one where we had a coach bus last year. I think that's the only tournament we're traveling to this year. I know we've got some long road trips, but yeah, those are always fun to go to. So, how about some games that you're looking forward to this year? I know we play the Badgerland teams. We play the same teams once a year, and then we've got some non-conference. Are there any games that you're looking forward to? Any players you're looking forward to playing against this year?
I'd have to say Waupun. You know, like you said, all three of us, we've played in Waupun. We know a lot of them guys on that team. It's always a competitive match. And we're always, trying to beat them guys, score more goals than they do. Just try to, Chase Beam, he's one of the defenders. We always try to, get past him. It's always a good time.
Yeah, he's a big kid. I know they have a good team. We're pretty well matched against them. I think all the games that we played against them, I think, have been pretty close. So definitely a very competitive team against them. So, Gavin, how about you? Any teams you're looking forward to playing? Any players you're looking forward to playing against this year?
I'd have to agree with Mason about Waupun. It's always fun to verse a team that you played for them for a year. I have to say Fox Cities is always close as well. So it's always fun when there's a close game.
Yeah, I know that. Like we mentioned, Nolan's goal against them. I think the last time we played them too in the Badgerland tournament, that was a close game. That was a double overtime. That was an exciting game. So those are always fun games to do. Nolan, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, like they said, Fox Cities. I think we've gone into overtime with them multiple years now, and so they're always a good game. But Appleton, Waupun, any of those conference games, they're just a little bit more competitive. We usually keep our own against some of those teams a little bit, so those are always fun.
Yep, sounds good. Plans for after graduation. I know it's coming up fast. This is obviously your last year playing hockey, at least at the high school level. What are your plans for after graduation? And you guys are going to continue to play hockey, at least at the rec level?
For me, my plans after high school is I'm going to be a heavy equipment operator. As for hockey, beer league all the way, 100%.
Sounds good. How about you, Gavin?
I'm most likely going to College of Platteville or Madison for engineering physics, and hopefully playing rec hockey throughout all 4 years.
They got a pretty good NCAA hockey team. How do you try out for that team?
No, really, you don't make it.
I know Leo last year said he was going to either Madison or Harvard, and I think he's going to lacrosse, so sometimes plans change. But and Nolan, how about yourself?
As for hockey, I'm not really planning on playing outside of high school. I think I've played what I needed to. For college, I'm planning to go to college. Not really sure where I'm going yet, and not really sure what I'm going to do either.
Okay. Well, the fun thing is you don't need to decide right away. So when you go to school, so you've got some time to figure it out. But for sure, the things you're looking forward to there. So last question for you, to get so the viewers to get to know you a little bit. What are some hobbies that you have? What are some things you like to do outside of hockey and outside of school? What are some hobbies that you have?
For me personally, I like to hunt a lot. Outdoors, hunting, fishing. I shoot a lot of sporting clays. I do a lot of tournaments in the summer. That's always a joy for me. So get them tournaments, get them cash prizes at the end. It's nice little chunk of change when you win.
And I know you're on the trap team as well, I think, in the spring.
Yeah.
The high school trap team, I know.
We shoot for them. We haven't been to state in a while, but hoping to get there this year.
Okay, sounds good. Gavin, how about you? I believe you played tennis in the fall.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I picked it up freshman year because one of my friends bet that we would not make varsity, and we did. So been playing ever since, and it's a interesting sport compared to hockey, but it's a whole lot of fun.
And is that a fall sport for tennis?
It's spring.
Spring, okay, so the girls play in the fall.
Yep.
Okay, so that's something to look forward to after hockey. How about some hobbies? What are things you like to do when you're not playing hockey or playing
I
tennis?
enjoy hunting, mainly deer and duck. I enjoy spending time with friends and family. That's really about it.
Sounds good. And Nolan, last but not least, what do you like to do when you're not playing hockey and when you're not studying hard at school?
Yeah, I like to play golf. Golf's pretty fun. I'm not very good at it, but it's fun getting out there. Snowboarding, I love the winter, going down the hills, and just watching movies, stuff like that, hanging out.
Sounds good. So you snowboard during the hockey season? Isn't that kind of dangerous?
No, I'd say it's pretty safe, yeah.
Yeah, you're a good snowboarder?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, sounds good. Well, I thank you all. Good luck this season. Look forward to seeing you guys out on the ice. So that'll do it for this year's show. Again, the Oshkosh IceHawks will start their season on Tuesday, November 26th with a home game against the Fox City Stars. And we have plenty of home games throughout the season. So look for the schedule. The IceHawks start in November, finish in mid-February. A lot of fun events planned for the season. So look at the schedule and see if you can make it down to the Oshkosh YMCA. We'd love to see you in the stands. Thank you. We'll talk to you next time.